we're having and some problems I noticed or questions I have actually. Okay.
Okay.
Um, Let me go over first off with my questions. So this is just very general. When
Mm-hmm.
someone signs up to our product,
Mm-hmm.
we actually get their email address. Okay.
Yeah.
My question is if we reply back to them, asking them for their LinkedIn ID or LinkedIn profile,
Mm-hmm.
if they respond back to us with their profile, we hook
Mm-hmm.
up with them, possibility.
Sorry, if they provide you their login, their LinkedIn URL. I was not hearing you well enough. Could you please say again?
Correct.
Sounds are
So the
breaking.
idea, yeah, sure. So the idea is to actually reach out to our clients by contacting them through their social media profiles. Okay. And so one of the ways I was thinking is that when people sign up to our product,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see if it makes sense. Uh, hey, look, what we're interested is, replying back to them saying, hey, we're on LinkedIn. What's your LinkedIn profile? We'd like to connect with you. Is that
Yeah.
is that correct? Is that the proper terminology? We'd like to connect with you on LinkedIn.
Yeah. That is a good thing to do. We can share all of our social sites that we are available. We are active on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or Instagram. We can send them a welcome message that thanks for subscribing to our website. And you can, if you would like to stay connected with us or want to see our
No,
updates.
absolutely not. I don't want to do that. Everyone in the world does that. And they click delete on their profile. So I want to change that around with you.
Mm-hmm.
For an example, Instagram, everyone wants to get more followers. On Twitter, people want them to be followed. Agree?
Yeah.
Psychologically, they want that. So if I went
Mm-hmm.
to you and say, you went to our site and you downloaded our product or you installed it or you started using it, and I have in your email address, and I write you a personal, I mean, it's not going to be me writing it, it'll be an automatic reply, but it'll look like a personal email saying, Amin, I would like to follow you on Twitter. What is your profile? Right?
Mm-hmm.
You would most likely respond and say, here's my Twitter handle, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then we would follow them,
Mm-hmm.
correct? And that
So
would be beneficial for us, correct?
yeah, so you want to do the opposite things. People
I want to
would,
be
yeah.
very direct with people and say, you know what, you can't, well, not you can't, but we want to start a conversation by email
Mm-hmm.
with people, okay?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so what I want to do is that when they sign up, obviously I want to reply back and say,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't find you on LinkedIn. What's your LinkedIn handle? I want to
Mm-hmm.
link up with you. They may, not respond. They may respond.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then we can have a bunch of automatic responders and say, okay, if they didn't respond to that, then we'll send another email, say, hey, I didn't hear back from you on LinkedIn. Are you on Twitter? I'd love to follow you on Twitter. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes really good sense. But in that case, LinkedIn would be the first platform, and it would be to helpful to get connected on LinkedIn, because if you follow someone on Twitter and he or she doesn't follow you back, that doesn't, you won't be calculated as your followers. But on
Agree.
LinkedIn, if you
So
send
we
him
just,
an invitation and if he accepts it, he will be your connections. So it is
okay,
fine
so hold on.
to share the link.
So let's just make sure we understand this. Twitter, there's
Hmm.
only so many people you can follow. On
Yeah,
Instagram, there's only so many people you can follow, correct?
yeah.
So those two we should never bother asking users for because there's a limit. If we have, for an
Hmm.
example, 10,000 users, we can't follow 10,000 Instagram and it would not look good for us to unfollow a client, right?
Yeah,
They're going to get a notification you've been unfollowed by SteadB, and that would look silly, right? So,
yeah.
since those two platforms don't make sense, we still are left with Facebook, and LinkedIn. And obviously for business, it would make sense for LinkedIn, and we can have unlimited people that we are connected with, correct?
No, on LinkedIn we can get connected with 3,000 people at a time, and we will be we can connect it with a maximum of 30K people, and but we can send invitation 3K at a time, and if anyone don't accept our invitation, then we need to withdraw them, and we can send
Hold
another
on.
invitation further.
Let's back up here. We're not going to be sending 3,000 invites in one day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What my idea is that as a person goes to our site, they do whatever it is. We capture their email legally. They give it to us because they want us to have their email address. We reply to them automatically saying, oh, by the way, we couldn't find you on LinkedIn. Are you on LinkedIn? We'd love to sync up with you. And we see what they say. That's my intention. It would be one conversation at a time where actually a human being is going to review and see what the response is initially. And so what we want to do is that on a one-to-one basis. So we should not have any limits per day. There's no way we'll be requesting 3,000 initially, 3,000 people to link up with us. Obviously, if we had 3,000 people sign up a day, then there's obviously going to be limits. But the limitations right now for LinkedIn is 3,000 a day, correct?
3,000 in total. It won't be a problem it won't be a problem at all, because there won't be even 100 people is going to sign up in a day, so we will be absolutely fine to send them.
Let's back up here. I think you're still misunderstanding. I don't want to send them our profile. I want to ask them, please send your invite.
Yeah,
your invite.
We will send them invite.
No, they're going to send us an invite. I want them to contact it. I want to send them an email. Say, look, we looked you up on LinkedIn. We couldn't find you. Can you send us an invite? We would like to be invited into your LinkedIn group. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes really good sense. So
I don't want to push on people, right?
Yeah.
I want to say, you know what? Can you please send me your LinkedIn? I'd love to. You send me your invite. You use your 3,000 limit. You send me your invite, and then I will join at that point, correct?
Yeah. You don't want them to follow us back. Rather, we will follow them.
So now let me ask you this. So listen. So then these people, we're asking them, send me your invite because I'm truly interested in following you on LinkedIn. Now, we have no limitations on how many invites we can receive, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're getting people to come to us and say, yeah, sure, Mike from SteadB. Here, you can sync up with me. Here is the actual invite. And then at that point, I can join that invite. Agree?
Yeah.
And then when I join that invite, what's my world of limitations here on LinkedIn? 30,000 maximum, or what is the limit here of me joining people?
You can get up to 30K connections, and after that people won't be able to get connected directly with you. They will be able to follow you.
Okay, so let's stop right there. So once we hit that 30,000 mark, at that point, we should then have a conversation of either eliminating those that are connected with us that provide us no value, correct?
To be honest, then we can bring people from our profile to our group then, because we have already started a group on Facebook, and we can create a group on LinkedIn as well. And if we want to stay connected with more than 30K people, then we can attract them to stay connected with us through the group as well.
Okay, when we are connected on LinkedIn for 30,000, simplify for me. What happens? Like, what happens when we do a post that all 30,000 receive it?
To be honest, previously it was like that. If you would post anything on our LinkedIn page, then all of our connection used to see on their feed. But now the algorithm of LinkedIn changed. LinkedIn track, and they monitor and they make sure that only a few people's post will be published on your newsfeed at a specific time, and if you are logged in at that time, you will be able to see their post.
Okay, so let's back this up. You have 30,000 maximum people linked up to your LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
We go ahead and we post a great article like we did recently about Linkerd Scale. Educate people how it works, how to use it, how to make it benefit your business, right?
Mm-hmm.
We post that on LinkedIn, for an example. Out of the
Mm-hmm.
30,000, there's going to be a very small percentage. Let's just throw out a number. 1% or 2% may actually see that post. Agree?
Yeah, we may get from my experience, I can see that there will be around 1k to 2k people will be watching our post, because I have worked with another people who has 30k connection and he is getting around 1k post reach.
Okay, so you're about at 30,000, only 1,000 receive it. And so there's a logarithm or some type of intelligent method that they're using to determine who out of your 30,000 would find this beneficial.
Yeah.
Correct? All right. And I assume those that engage with you are going to be more likely to receive your content, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then at that point, when we hit the 30,000, we can start weeding out those that are not engaging with us and continue to open up more connections with other people. So that's the benefit, is that we're able to communicate with people on LinkedIn by all our posts, so that out of the 30,000, about 1,000 people will perhaps see our posts, and maybe another small portion will actually click on it or interact with it. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And so now our first response when someone signs up to our product, because we're business oriented, we want to send an automatic reply to just say, hey, we couldn't find you on LinkedIn. Are you on LinkedIn? Can you send us an invite? We'd love to be invited into your profile. Is that the proper terminology? Is that how we would want to word it?
Yeah. There is bot. I don't know, is it available on email, but I saw there is available bot on HubSpot, and on Facebook there is available ManyChat. If we have a predefined message, then they will send the message for each of the new people subscribed.
Maybe you're forgetting our business model. We compete with HubSpot. So we're not going to be using HubSpot. We'll be using our own
Yeah.
platform to do the
Yeah.
automatic reply. So when
Yeah.
people sign up, we're going to go ahead and have in our rules, in our platform, in our rules, we're going to go ahead and send an automatic email that's going to say, we did a search on your email. We couldn't find you on LinkedIn. Please send me an invite. I like
Yeah.
to, and what's that word? I would like to what? I would like to follow you. I would like to
I would like to stay connected with you.
connected. So LinkedIn uses the word connected.
Yeah,
Agree?
connections. Yeah, if we
Instagram uses follow. Same thing
yeah.
with Twitter. They use follow. But
Yeah.
LinkedIn is used connected. So, hey,
Yeah.
I try to connect with you on LinkedIn. Couldn't find your profile. What's your profile? Now, that starts the engagement, which is great for email deliverability, because now they're replying back to our emails. We're replying back to them. And now that puts us at the top of their inbox, priority, that we're no longer an advertisement or a vendor. Now we're someone very important in their life. And that's what's key for our business model, is to make sure there's some, just like on social media, we want interaction. For email marketing, we want that interaction as well, that engagement by email. So when Gmail, Yahoo, or whatever, Outlook.com, they see that engagement, that raises our email status, our IP, our domain ability, the priority of it, all the way to the primary inbox, not in the promotions and things of that sort. So that's what we don't want to do, what our competitors are. So when they reply back, it actually will go through our filters, and someone's going to be able to read it, a human being, and see, hey, this person has a real question. Now, we've got, that's our number one social media platform for our business model is LinkedIn. What would be the second one? Someone replies back and they say, sorry, Mike, I'm not on LinkedIn. That's why you couldn't find me. What would, in your opinion, be the next most valuable platform for us to communicate on? Now, remember, in our business line, it's going to be more of people that are small businesses, that are starting a website, that are entrepreneurs. I'm thinking it would be more of Twitter, have more value. First LinkedIn, then comes Twitter. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so because Facebook may be the number one social media around the world, but people usually use Facebook for personal reasons. They don't use Facebook for business related conversations. So Twitter would be a great medium for us to send message after LinkedIn. But there is a problem that on Twitter you can send big messages. There is no limit of words on sending messages on Twitter. So from the research, people have seen that people are is responding less to Twitter messages rather than any other social platform. But definitely we need to prefer Twitter because uh, we are looking for get connected with small business people.
Okay, so then this is the way the workflow of the email is going to work. People sign up, we get their email address, we reply back, say, hey, thanks for signing up. I try to find you on LinkedIn, I couldn't find you. They're going to say either they invite us or they don't. They don't invite us, we reply back, say, that's okay. What about Twitter? I looked on Twitter, I couldn't find you on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then at that point, we want to say, I would like to follow you on Twitter, correct?
Yeah.
So then they'll reply back and say, okay, yeah, you can sign up, you can follow me on Twitter here. And once they give us that ID, how many people can we maximum have right now at this moment to follow on Twitter?
We can follow, the system of Twitter changes with the number of followers you have, because till then you have 5k followers, you will be able to follow 5k followers maximum. And if you have more than 5k followers, then Twitter will calculate your followers and following ratio. Like for example, if you have 6k followers, you won't be follow more than 7k people. It works like that. And with the basic account, you can't follow more than 400 people in a day, and with premium account you can't follow more than 1k people in a day.
Okay, let's back up here. So then let's say hypothetically we have 10,000 people following us, then we could follow 9,000 people, correct?
Then we'll be able to follow more than 10,000, around 11,000.
11,000. Let's use another example. If we have 100,000 people following us, can we then follow back 101,000?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how it works. So there's going to be no limit as long as there's a balance between how many people are following us and we follow them back. Agree?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Okay. And then in the end, I think the logarithms are looking at engagement. So we really eventually going to have to take a look at who are engaging with our Twitter handle and who's not, and who's reading it and who's not, correct?
Yeah.
And more likely is that those that are engaging, we probably want to weed out and get rid of those dead accounts that are not doing anything and just using up our space, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we covered number one's going to be LinkedIn. Number two is going to be Twitter in our business model.
Yeah.
If someone replies back, say, sorry, Mike, I don't do LinkedIn. I don't do Twitter. What would be the next?
The next one would be Instagram.
Not Facebook. Even though we have a Facebook group we're starting to create, you would say, you know what? That's not important right now. Instagram would be what we want people to follow us, correct?
Yeah. On LinkedIn, there will be there is always more two-way communication, and you will get sometime two-way communication on Twitter and Instagram. And we usually found that on Facebook we see one-way communication. Either we are communicating with our followers or followers communicating with us. There is only a little bit time you will get two-way communication on Facebook.
Got it. So that's how the plan is. LinkedIn,
Yeah.
Twitter, Instagram, then comes Facebook in the end, we ask. And if they don't do social media at that point, we pretty much say, that's okay.
Yeah, but we can do Facebook. If anyone says that we send them on someone signed up to our website and we have sent them a message, hey, I have tried to get connected with you on LinkedIn. I didn't find your profile. And if the person send us a message that I'm not available on LinkedIn, but I use Facebook, then definitely we will be using Facebook. Otherwise, we prefer to use LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, then Facebook.
And someone comes back and say, hey, look, I'm on YouTube or I'm on Facebook, kind of our low priority social media platforms that we want to be on, we're going to reply back and say, okay, but do you happen to be on Twitter? And that's going to be the next thing.
Yeah.
And then they may say, oh, yeah, we are. Because once they respond to us on Facebook, sure, we'll add them to Facebook, but we'll also ask them for Twitter and see if there's any connections. I'm assuming that if they're on Twitter, whoever they're connected with on Twitter, maybe when we post something, it may suggest that article to their group, correct?
Yeah.
All right, enough of that. We've already laid out the plan. Now it's time to execute that. So that's excellent. Let's talk about Lol. Lol sent an article about last month. I didn't see it on the blog. Did you not like the article? Did you not want to post it?
To be honest, I have saved the article, and as we discussed last week, that we were trying to post on our social media open source content, and from last week we have got back to posting our blogs more, and I have posted only a couple of times, and I have posted a couple of days back the Likert scale article. So I have the article saved that sent by Lol, and I will be posting that, and I have a few articles they are saved, and I will be using them periodically. I think I have around 3 to 4 articles to be published on our blogs within next couple of weeks.
Okay. Recently, I mentioned Jacqueline. She's a new writer, and Jacqueline did a Likert scale, which I think is going to be a success, and we'll see what happens in 6 months when Google starts picking it up. Okay. She created another article. I think she needs to get to the habit of contacting you and more of a schedule base where it comes due. But the issue is that I need to give her topics. She's having difficulty finding topics that will generate proper traffic, targeted traffic for us. So she created a new article. I want you to just quickly take a look, make sure you received it. Did you get that Drive account that I set up? It says Jacqueline, and she has now a Drive account that basically it posted. Can you check on that real quick? Did you receive it?
When send you the invitation?
No, I sent it to you a while ago, but I can send you the invitation again to Jacqueline's account here. Let's do that real quick before we forget. Let me add you again. It should be by email, but I'm going to give you the link here. Let me just send it to you real quick here.
Yeah, I can see that. I have the access to the Drive, Jacqueline, Florida.
Perfect. So let's go ahead and click on that folder, and then you'll see the next folder. It's called Web Form Examples, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So click on Web Form Examples.
Yeah, clicked.
And then you should see the article, correct?
Yeah.
And what she did to make it easier for you, she placed the images that she set up, the links to the images, because you had some difficulty last time.
Yeah. And from the link last time he provided, I found some images voice was unable to save, and I need to do a little bit research to find another image voice is possible to save from there. So please let her know to make sure the link he provide allows me to save the image from the link.
Yes, I'm going to introduce you through Skype so you both can communicate with each other.
Yeah, that would be great.
Go ahead and just quickly take a look at that web form example. Read through it. Just make sure you think this is ready to be published. And she did include the links for each image, so you will not run into that problem again.
Yeah. So
does that look good?
Yeah, it looks good.
And let's do the screen share. Let's do a screen share. I think now we should do the screen share so we can see what we're looking at, right?
Yeah.
So go ahead and screen share your screen. You remove all the private stuff, obviously.
Yeah. Let me know when you can see my screen.
Yeah, it came up. Perfect. Beautiful.
Yeah, I can see here share links of the images.
Great.
And here will be few things we need to
So-
fine and tune.
But you need to go ahead and stop making those changes because you need to educate her and say, hey, look, Jacqueline, I need you to do
Okay.
it like this. Keep in mind that she needs to prepare for you so it's flawless. And if you keep on making these corrections and changes and you're not getting in the
Mhm.
format, you're working inefficiently. So I want to make sure you communicate with her and say, hey, Jacqueline, next article, I need it like this. Here, let me show you some problems I noticed here and here and here. This is what I'm using to make my grammatical changes or corrections or whatever it might be, or your images. If you can do it like this, you need to go ahead and have her make those changes and resubmit it to you. And then you say, Mike, she's ready to get paid, right?
Yeah.
So I would expect you to reply back to her and say, here are the changes I need you to make. Here are some
Mhm.
examples of problems I see. Make those changes so we can release payment for you. Does it make sense?
Mhm. Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, perfect. Let's go over some other things here I have. Um,
Do you have any question, or should I share the progress of our social sites?
just one second. Let me just go over my notes here.
Okay.
Okay, so you mentioned here what problems happen. I haven't faced any login issues. I need another 4 Facebook accounts, right? So
Yeah,
I
but
want to understand what we're
yeah.
doing now is we're just getting these Facebook accounts and we're communicating or inviting other people,
No, no. To be
correct?
honest,
Great
no,
tactic.
no. Yeah. To be honest, I have checked a couple of days back, and the Facebook is disabled, and I have added my phone number, and I have provided them whatever they have asked, but the Facebook didn't work, and they have disabled the Facebook account. So I'm a little bit scared of trying other 4 accounts, because I have recently read a blog that Facebook have started deleting those accounts which has been inactive for good amount of times, like 6 months or 1 year of time.
So have you communicated with this vendor and asked them that, hey, look, this is what happened? You need to communicate directly with them and see what's going on because they understand what they're looking for and they have very specific rules so your account does not get shut off. And if you don't follow those rules, it's going to get turned off. Now, you've already lost one account. You have 3 more accounts, correct?
No, if there was 5 accounts, then we will still have 4 more accounts to be used.
They only turned off one of your accounts, correct?
Yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
have
So
tried
the other,
with the one, and
okay.
I use proxy. I used proxy VPN of United States, and I think that whatever they have suggested, I have tried all of this, and using all of these tactics, my account was suspended. And I think if I use another 4 accounts, then the 4 will be suspended. So I would like to use my resources instead of using those 4 accounts. And to be honest, you need to warm up your accounts first before you want to use them. But Facebook is not providing any chances of warming up your account these days, because Facebook had to pay a huge penalty recently. I think you are informed about that. So that you are not able to create any new Facebook account. If you create Facebook account with valid ID, even then they won't approve your account. Facebook is not allowing to create any new Facebook accounts, and they are deleting all the inactive accounts from their server. So if they do any changes or make things easy for us, then it will be fine to try with these 4 accounts. Otherwise, I think that the account is already warmed up, and I have been using over the years. These accounts will be fine to use.
Okay, so you don't want to put any effort into the other Facebook accounts, basically.
Yeah.
You don't want to communicate with the vendor, say, hey, I got one
Yeah,
of them shut off.
yeah,
What can
yeah,
I do to be careful with the other ones? Because they're already paid for. They're just sitting there. They're not doing
yeah.
anything. I would say if you have the time and energy, I would contact that company and basically say, here's an example of another Facebook account. How do you suggest I warm it up based on the new rules and policies? And see if they respond back. I mean, it may help you out. It's your decision, whatever you think is great. All right.
Yeah, as you have paid them, so we need to get in touch with them and let them know that we have already lost with one account following the guidelines you have provided. What should I do with the remaining 4 accounts?
Um,
We should do
you
that.
can contact them directly because if I go to them, they're going to ask a lot of questions, and I'm a middleman. And I don't like being the
Yeah.
middleman. I'd rather you go communicate with them directly because if this gray method works for you, then let's go get more accounts, right? If it doesn't,
Yeah.
then let's not waste any time. But these already were paid for. They're just sitting there, not doing anything. So even if you lose them, at
Mhm.
least they're used, right? So
Yeah.
I would suggest that find some time, contact the company, say, here's an example of what we purchased. Do these, how can I warm these up? And then talk to them about what happened with the other account and what you could do different this time around. If you would want to. I don't want to be the middleman between you and them. I mean, you can go directly. You have the order ID number and everything. You can communicate directly and see what they say. All right, moving on to the next thing. John contacted you about the YouTube. Did you start posting one of our first videos and strip the audio and things of that sort?
No, no. To be honest, I've got the access to the YouTube account, but I didn't post anything on YouTube so far. I was busy on posting on our blogs, and the blogs was about 17 pages long, so it took around a couple of hours to publish the blog on WordPress, and I have spent a lot of time to make a visible progress on all our social sites. So I didn't get enough time to
And
work
let's
on
stop right
YouTube.
there.
Yeah,
Hold on. You lost several hours putting it on WordPress, correct?
yeah, it took around a
This
couple
is
of hours.
very, this is not good. This is not good. Why should you waste your time on that when we have a writer that could be doing that for you, right? What we
Yeah,
need to do is we have to have Jacqueline get in touch with you. We set up her own account on WordPress. She posts directly on there, saves it as a draft for you to review, and then you give the authorization to publish. Will that make a lot more sense?
yeah, that will save a lot of time. That will save at least a couple of hours in a week, and
So
I will be able to focus on the social sites using that
this
time.
is this is what we need to start doing, working smarter. So what we're going to say is I'm going to introduce you to Jacqueline. And you say,
Hmm.
Jacqueline, look, this is a great article, but before we release some payments, we have to go through the correct way of posting and sending us the articles. Post it on the Drive account for us to have a copy of it. But I need you to also do this in WordPress. I'm going to train you. If you don't know how to do it, I'm going to show you how to do it because
Hmm.
we really like you. We want to work with you full time
Hmm.
for to perpetuity, basically.
Hmm.
Uh, let's working, but I need you to do this on WordPress. And here's your account. Here's your username. Go to John. Tell John I need a username for Jacqueline. She's our new writer. I need you to set this up, and then you communicate with Jacqueline. Jacqueline, before release payment, I need you to do A, B, C, D, and
Hmm.
then we're gonna get more integrated with you. And then once this is done, we'll release payment. Work on the next article. Okay.
Hmm.
So let's use this example so that I want to make sure you're working as efficient as possible, right?
Hmm.
Right? A software engineer is not going to be cleaning out the trash in the bathroom,
Yeah,
right? We want the software engineer to be doing
exactly.
the engineering part. And I want you
Yeah.
to be focusing on the really complex issues and not posting to WordPress where Jacqueline can do that. And that's the whole purpose of WordPress is to
Yeah.
give the tools for people like Jacqueline to do. Agree?
Yeah, yeah. To be honest, posting on WordPress is a really easy thing, and in fact, I can find some time and I can share the screen with him and show her how to publish on WordPress. It won't take more than 15 minutes
Please.
to show her how to post on WordPress, and that will be save a lot of time every week, so that I can focus on other social sites.
Now, let me flip the conversation a little bit. My advice to you is when
Yeah.
you talk to her on Skype, you schedule a Skype conversation with her. Number one, you should tell her, I'm going to record this conversation so you can review it as a reference. Okay,
Yeah.
that's point number one. Number two, I would suggest that you tell her to share her screen because when someone's doing something, they're going to learn it 10 times faster than watching you do it. Okay,
Yeah.
so I would rather you say, Jacqueline, okay, go to this URL. I'm going to send it to you. She clicks on it. Here's your username and password. She does it. Okay, now move your mouse to the upper right-hand corner. Click on that. Click here, click here, click here. And then she'll be like, oh my goodness, I'm going to get overwhelmed. See, not to worry. We're recording this so you can review it 100 times later, and this way you know how to do it next time. Now I want you to Grammarly. I want you to do it like this. You spend that 2-3 hours with her, record it Skype, let her do the action. You're like how you're showing me. I would not be able to, at this moment, to go through all the Facebook, all the social media profiles and review all the tracking because I'm not doing it. But if I were doing it, I learn it 10 times faster. So that's my advice to you, to just switch that conversation, have her do everything, and you're directing her like a master, saying, hey, I want you to do it like this, like this, like this, and then she follows you. Okay? All right.
Oh.
So the YouTube, when are you going to start posting the first one, the second one, and the third one? When do you think you're going to have to start timing? And that's good. We have, well, this way we have like a steady stream of them. So this way we're like 3-4 weeks in advance. When will you start posting them, you think? Starting when?
To be honest, I'm going to start within, I'm going to post the first one within next couple of days.
Excellent. Next week we'll have it.
Yeah. People usually post a couple of times in a week on YouTube. But we can first get some YouTube videos to make it professional. So I think we can post all of them on a consistent days.
Yeah, we don't need to make it professional right now. We just put it out raw. If the content is good, and let me explain to you, I listen to podcasts and I will watch a video. It is the most unprofessional, the worst audio. But you know what? There's some specific key ideas I take from it. And I think that there's going to be a small portion of group that will listen to us because they're going to take away small ideas and small little hints. Even though that ratio is small, at least it gets us started. And then with time, we will perfect it. We'll go ahead, and I don't want to be paralyzed by perfection at this point. We will change and make changes as we go along. Let's just start pushing the raw video. And as time goes on, we'll get a videographer to take something that's raw and make it into something very entertaining and visually seductive. Okay, let's go ahead and start now with the social media progress. So what would you like to start with first?
We are going to start first with the Facebook page.
Okay, so let's take a look at Facebook. Now Facebook was supposed to be Monday, supposed to be 2 posts, the Tuesday 1 post, Wednesday 2 posts, Thursday and Sunday 3 posts. Between 12 to 3 p.m. we decided. Can you show me that?
Yeah. To be honest, instead of posting 1 or 2 times, I have tried a new things. I have posted three times in a day, and I have made sure that we have at least 3 posts per day to see how it goes, and it looks really great. If I want to share you with my progress, let's see the frequency of post first. You can see the post 12 hours ago, next
Excellent.
one 14 hours ago.
Perfect.
And another one is 16 hours ago. If we go on, see 29th September 1, 29th of September 2, 29th of September 3, go down 28 1, 28 2, 28 3, 27 1, 27 2.
Okay, excellent,
3.
excellent.
And
okay,
you can
when
see
you're saying 2, 3, those are the hours. Yeah, it looks great.
So,
looks great. Everything's green. This is beautiful.
Yeah, you can see the post is across 5K. We usually getting around 1K posts per week, and it is increased more than 370%. And you can see the post engagement and post views and likes, everything increased. And we have got some likes from organically from white hat methods, posting frequently.
Okay.
I am thinking that posting at least 3 times will be the idea for us moving forward.
Okay, now let's take a look at the Facebook group. Explain to me how that works, what you started. I don't really understand what Facebook groups is. I'm being just blunt with you. I don't understand it. Kind of summarize what is this, show it to me. What is a Facebook group and how does that work and how we're using that?
This is the Facebook group. You can see the name of the Facebook group is StateB Tech.
It's still loading. Hold on. It hasn't. I don't see anything right now. I see a big gray screen. Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Can you see it?
All right, now I see it. Yes.
Yeah, the name of the group is STB Tech Webforms Group.
And that's an image that you created there, a splash screen, correct?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
there is
Right.
cover photo. And like the page, we will be able to post here, and only our members will be able to see our post.
Now, how are people going to sign up to the group? Is it public? Is it private? How does it work?
To be honest, it is a closed group right now, and if people will be able to see the groups, but they need to send us invitation, and if we accept, then they will be able to be our members.
Why is it closed? Why not opened?
Because any useless people or any people like scam or porn nude related people may be able to get connected with our groups if it is a public groups.
Ah, I see. I see. So there'll be a lot of garbage going into here. Won't be
Yeah.
quality. Okay. How do people know about our group? So you created it. How are we going to get people to sign up to this group or submit a request to join?
To be honest, for now we can, if we have people as friends, then we'll be invite them. You can see here, you can invite them, and if you have their email, you can put their email here, and you can send invite from there.
I see. Okay. So,
And I was thinking that we can make the profile public instead of closed, unless we have at least 1K members, because those scammer or those people doing affiliate marketing or promoting something like porn related thing, when they find a huge groups, there are a lot of members, but we are just getting started, so I think that it would be fine to keep the group public for now, but I didn't dare to do that without your permission. So if you allow me to
do it.
do that, okay, I'll make
Amin,
it
you do
public.
whatever you think is necessary to be successful as long as we don't get spanked too hard by Facebook. Even if we get suspended a little bit, as long
Yeah,
as they don't kick us out and banish for life,
yeah.
then I don't mind. But you use your discretion. You do what you think is necessary. You have complete control. You have the keys to the car. Just don't destroy the car. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do it, and let's see the progress. So it and just be quick to get rid of anything that would be inappropriate, anything that's spam related. But like you said, I agree with you. As you grow, I mean, no one's going to really pay attention to us at this point. They're going to look for groups that are much larger. Let's jump up. Is there anything else you want to talk about Facebook? Oh, real quick, the linker scale. Did you post it on the Facebook group or did you
Yeah,
post it on the? And where is that?
yeah, I have posted, you can see that, let me show you. I have published 2 times it on Facebook. You can see that I have Likert skill. I have posted it on
Perfect.
29th of September, and it got more than 2K post reach and 37 engagement.
Is that the biggest you've ever had? The people reached?
To be honest, no, the waveform got more reach than this one.
The
The
web form?
waveform got yeah, the one about landing pages and waveform got 3K reach.
What's the most you've ever had on any client you actually managed?
To be honest, currently I'm working for another client. He has more than 10K likes for his Facebook page, and I am spending around 10 hours only on Facebook, and I am getting around 80K post reach per week.
Wow, 80,000. All right.
Yeah.
Very good. We have a long way to work. All right. Anything
Yeah.
else you want to go over here?
No, we are done with Facebook. I'm moving forward to show you the Twitter progress. You can see everything is green, and impression increased, number of profile visit increased, uh, and mentions increased a lot, and most
Okay.
significantly, if we would like to consider evaluate our performance like below average, average, and above average, then this week I can see on Facebook and on Twitter we have above average performance.
Great. So you're very happy, correct?
Not very happy, as I mentioned that there is always a scope of improvement, and there
Right.
is no ending of being good, perfect or best. But if we consider on a scale of below average, average and above average, this is above average, and moving forward it will be good day by day. And last week we had 562 followers, and this week we have 737 followers. So we have got around 200 followers in this week.
Okay.
And
The
we
last two. Go ahead.
and we used to get around 1100 followers per week. So
Okay.
it is really promising, and it is moving really good. But my target is to get at least 300 followers per week on Twitter.
Okay. Now the actual article, Likert scale, and the web form landing page. Did you post that on Twitter at all?
Yeah.
And can we see the performance of
Yes.
both those articles? I'm trying to determine
I
the
have.
writers. Who's got a better
Okay.
grasp of?
You can see the Likert scale got 49 impressions,
Okay. And then the web forms.
and I have posted Likert scale 2 times. The another one got 71 impressions, and waveform got 114 impressions. So the waveform, or the one related to landing page, working better on Twitter like Facebook.
Interesting. Interesting.
It,
I
it,
gave an
it,
article,
it,
another
it may
article.
happen
Go ahead.
sometime because Likert scale is a new idea, and a lot of people is not familiar with this, and people won't click on
Correct.
anything they are not familiar with.
Correct. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. What article or what did we post you see probably had the greatest impact? What did you notice that really did well on Twitter?
On Twitter, you can see that if we the one we have posted about entrepreneur and startups got 105 impressions. Another one that is about business got 150 impressions, and you can see another one about e-commerce got 141 impressions. So we are getting more impressions with the one that is related to entrepreneur, startup, or business related tweets.
All right. Great. Um, but that's not going to be the type of, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll have to track it better. Let's go. Are you ready to go to the next topic?
Yeah.
The next is a social media platform. All right. Let's go
Yeah.
to LinkedIn.
Yeah. On LinkedIn, you can see that we have 259 connections. We had 168 connections last week, so we have got almost 100 connections in this week of time, and this is
Oh,
really good.
excuse me.
Yeah.
And before I forget, what about the profile to get registered so that we don't get shut off on LinkedIn? You didn't ask me for any IDs or anything like that. What can we do to make sure that this doesn't get lost?
Yeah, it is not going to get lost because I am not sending more than 50 invitation, and I am already into the process. You can see that we have a company page already, namely State B Corp, and I am going to rename it with the name of the public as we discussed within next couple of days.
Okay, please. I don't want to lose the progress and get banned. But go ahead and continue.
Yeah. Okay. And you can see we have got 125 views. Uh, in fact, 125 people viewed our profile in last 7 days, and we usually used to get around 50 people viewing our profile per week. So it is more doubled the performance in terms of increasing connections and viewing the profile. And I have posted the articles of Likert scale and landing pages on LinkedIn as well.
Can we see the progress on that? Does it give you the ability like on Facebook
Yeah,
or on
I can
Twitter?
see. Yeah, I can see this one got 8 views, and
All
this one
right,
got 20.
8 people.
Yeah, and it reached 22 views.
And the 22 views it was on what article?
Yeah,
It
Likert
was
scale. I have
Likert
posted.
scale. And what about the web form? And the web form one, how much did that generate?
Waveform, let me check. The waveform got 26 views.
Interesting. All right, very good. Anything else you want to talk about LinkedIn?
No, we are almost covered with we are covered with the LinkedIn, to be honest.
Okay,
And
great. Now we have his Instagram.
yeah, we have Instagram, and we have got 50 followers this week. And as I mentioned, that we need to see the progress from the mobile phone. And I would like to switch to the web analytics to see the actual
Sure.
progress we are getting.
All
And we
right,
can
let's take a
see
look.
that we have got 93 users, 83 new users, which is really good. And last week we have 63 users on our website, and page
And this
views
is
is
comparing,
9.
excuse me, hold on. This is comparing week to week, or we're comparing
Yeah,
it, what?
yeah. You can see
All
here
right, from
25
last
to
week,
faster. Yeah, and we can
last 9
compare
days.
it from here. If we
Yeah, let's
click
do that.
it,
Let's use a compare.
yeah,
Great, great, perfect. This way I can see. Okay, so
yeah.
now we're looking, hold on. The orange is the old one. Is that correct? Or scroll back up. I just want to see what is the more recent one.
Yeah, you
I
can
see
see
two
the
colors.
recent one is here. Yeah, here. The number is increased is 60% comparing to
Shows the
previous week.
blue.
And the green is the percentage. It is not the actual number. If you would like to
Correct.
see the actual number, you need to go here. You can see
Correct. Correct.
93.
Yep.
Can you
Yep.
see
Yep.
here?
I do see it.
It is this week, and 58 about previous week.
All right.
And you can see that everything here. The first one is this week, and the last one about previous week.
Great. Looks great. Anything else you want to
Yeah,
cover? I mean, everything's going in the right direction. I see it.
let us check that if social media is bringing more traffic from the links. We know that
Okay.
we are
Let's take
getting
a
all
look.
the traffic from the social media, but we need to see that if we are getting any traffic from the links. Yeah, we can see that last week we got 3 traffic from the link we posted, and we have got 11 traffic this week,
Okay.
and that is more than 200% comparing to
Yeah.
previous week.
Sure. Yeah. These numbers are right now. We're just still in the infant stages, but
Yeah,
I would expect it to just continue to rise with time. All right. That looks great.
yeah,
Anything else,
yeah.
Simon, you want to cover?
No, I think that we are covered with everything for now.
All right, perfect, perfect. So then we're pretty much done for today.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you for your help here, Amin. And next week we'll do the call and we'll see where we're moving on next. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much, and please don't forget to connect me with Jacqueline, so
Jacqueline.
I can. Yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna send her your email address. I know you prefer by Skype, but I'm just gonna
Yeah.
introduce you by email because I don't even have Jacqueline's Skype information. So I know email is a little bit difficult for you. Check your email, and
Okay.
I'm
I'll
going to
check.
tell Jacqueline. And then at that point, you communicate with her on Skype and things of that sort. For me
Oh,
personally, email is king by communicating, and then you use smoke signals, whatever you want to communicate with her at that point. Okay?
yeah, yeah. I can communicate through email as well. But as I mentioned, if you need immediate response, then Skype is preferred medium for me.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Thank you again,
Okay.
Amin. You have a phenomenal
You are
week.
always
Bye bye.
welcome. Okay. Take care.